Thanks for clicking on my video. I really appreciate you. I will be sketching these two sweet little old ladies. Oh my God, they're so adorable. And I start off with a piece of watercolor paper and I make a couple of pencil marks. So I'm going to point those pencil marks out to you now. I like to find the center of the paper, and then I'm going to figure out where those two hats are located on the paper from the center. So they're kind of close together at the front of their hats. And so I made two lines, two dots rather. And then the Loomis theory for a figure, a person's figure, is 8 heads. So what I did was I figured out how big the head was, and then I made 9 little dots for that same size for both figures. And then in between the first 3 dots, top 3 dots, is from the neck down is where your elbow would be. And then the bottom 3 would be where the knee would go. So I put the bottom of the pants, a little line for the bottom of the pants, and then I put a little bit of a pencil line for her elbow right there. And then I put the bottom of her dress. And then I have the bottom dot where her feet would end. So I'm going to start sketching now. I was sketching this very, very slow because I was going in. I didn't sketch out with pencil first. And so I worked it very slow. So I did speed this up just 1 speed because I was moving very slow. So I didn't want to make a mistake because people are a challenge for me. Proportions are really hard, and I've been practicing, and I'm really enjoying it, but it's not easy. So getting in those first initial dots for the proportions really helps you. If you just take that little bit of time in the beginning and just do some marks for yourself, I think it's really helpful. At least it is for me. And I did practice their faces on a piece of scratch paper first because I'm not comfortable going in directly with pens. So once I figured out how I wanted their faces to be sketched out on scratch paper, then I felt I could go in with a pen on my watercolor paper. And she's tilting a little bit forward, having a really nice deep conversation with her friend. Aren't they just adorable? Oh my God. So got her legs, and just gonna kind of stop there for a minute. And the hands I'm just doing just very loose, not doing any fingers, just the outline of the hand. And then she's got a pair of sunglasses on. And she's leaning in a little bit too. Just wonder what they're talking about. I bet that's a fun conversation. And I love her little green jacket. And that purse. Come on. Look at that pink purse with the green trim. Got some wrinkles in her jacket there. I forgot to put the bottom part of the elbow there, but I'll go back and put that in. I didn't realize it at the time. I think I wanted to get to that purse so fast because it was so adorable. Need to make that jacket just a little bit longer. And that jacket is about the same length as the trousers, so, or her slacks rather. So it's half and half. And shoes and feet are really hard, so I should have probably made that foot, or actually I should have made this one here a little bit higher because they're a little bit too separated. Plus that one's really wonky, but that's okay. It gives it character, right? And she's got like some little sunglasses on her hat. I ended up just not even putting those in the end. I put her little purse under her arm. And now I'm just going to go into the background. And you can see we've got a vanishing point back there, so everything's going back to that vanishing point. And I'm not trying to make this perfect. I'm just putting some detail back there. Definitely have to put those lights in. Those are a great feature. Just putting some hints of doorways and windows back there. There's a door that's open, so I'll pop that in. And just going to put some lines here and there for that street, or sidewalk rather. And I was trying to put some fingers there. I really struggle with this hand, that in the very end I ended up taking a uni-ball and just whitening the whole thing out and then redid her hand. So I almost was going to trash this one and start over, but I just decided to push through and do the uni-ball, and it worked out fine, thank God. So I have a little bit of burnt sienna on a different palette, on a different little travel palette, so I used that first. And now I'm using my other little palette that you can see. So I'm using a very, very light, watered down cobalt blue for her dress. And then a very, very light, did a little sap green and a little bit of yellow. Lots of water, lighten up that green for her jacket there. And then I'm going to use a turquoise and the cobalt mixed together for her slacks. Some Payne's gray for the trim of the hats and her shoes. And I've got some opera pink for that beautiful shade of pink in her, that's in her purse. I'm going to mix up a little bit of sap green for that side of the purse. And some yellow ochre. I couldn't think of the name. Yellow ochre for the hats. I'm trying to figure out what color her hair is blonde, so I'm trying to figure out how to get it blonde. So I did a little bit of yellow, a little yellow ochre. There was a little bit of Payne's gray on the palette, so I just mixed that together, and that turned out pretty good. And now I'm just making hers a little bit of a reddish brown. And I still have forgotten to put the bottom of her arm in there with the, there, I'm seeing it now. Now I'll put in a little shadowing with some sap green. Just doing a few little folds in her pants with some darker color. Forgot that sleeve there. And I'm going to do all the windows in just a really light wash of Payne's gray. I'm using my Dugato Zero size brush. I'm narrating this outside here in sunny Florida, and the weather is beautiful. It's the humidity, I'm using a little darker Payne's gray now. The humidity's broke and the weather's just beautiful. And I was just thinking to myself yesterday morning when I was having my coffee, if I should start going out and doing some urban sketching on site. But I mixed a little bit of yellow ochre, lots of water, a tad of Payne's gray just for the sidewalk there. But going out and sketching in public, just, it freaks me out. I'm sorry. You got people looking at you and asking you questions and stopping to look at what you're doing, and I'm very shy, and I just don't know if I can do it. I think I just need to step out of my comfort zone and just bite the bullet, get out there, and find somewhere safe and with a lot of people in public somewhere and give it a try. So she's got a little patchwork on her purse, and she's got a few little details in the corner and on her shoes. Just putting some little dots on the hands for knuckles, a couple lines for fingers, and this one, just don't even look at it. It's so bad. Oh my God, it just was getting worse and worse. I kept trying. Here's some curtains. I'm just doing some few lines of curtains, and later on, after the fact, I ended up putting some Payne's Gray for the shadowing in the curtain, but I don't think I got that on tape. I don't think I recorded that. So now I'm going to put some little detail in her dress. It's a little floral pattern, so I'm just doing loops here and there. Trying to fix that shoe. The shoes are horrible. I do a little shadowing under them. Not too much shadow in this, but I figure I'll just pop a little bit in underneath their feet. I was going to, you could see that beautiful green of the reflection in the window. I was almost going to put that in, but then I thought, no, I'm just going to leave it, because if I do, I think I was going to ruin it, and it just was, I don't know. I don't know if I was going to be able to pull it off. Now that it's done, maybe I'll go back and try it and put it in there. So I signed it, but I just was not happy with it. I was going to, like I said, start over, but I decided to give it one last try this morning, and I covered that hand up with the uni-ball paint pen, and now I'm just really lightly going over that. I'm trying to put in a halfway decent hand and paint it. So here is my finished sketch. The hand's okay. It's better than it was, I have to say. Sometimes it's just so hard to work watercolor. You can't do too much. So it's not very forgiving. Not like oil. But yeah, so this was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I encourage you to sketch it, because it's just really sweet. And for people, I don't know. I don't think it was too difficult, because they're both standing. They're not in really weird positions. So practice the faces, on a different piece of scratch paper first, and then get in there and have some fun. So I want to thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you subscribe, thank you so much. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. I'll leave a description of the supplies I used below the video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. so you don't miss out on any fun upcoming videos. And give me a like if you enjoyed this one today. Have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoy sketching today. Bye for now.